Hey everyone, welcome to the Anchor in the Light broadcast. My name is Ashley. I am a life coach, and I am so excited to chat with you guys today and share a topic that I feel is very important for everyone, not just right now, but in general, um, for evolving and growth and becoming the best version of ourselves. So, that would be, learning how to go within and, kind of become that best version of yourself. Allow more light into your body, allow more goodness into your body, allow more energy into your body, allow more miracles into your life. All the things happen whenever we go within. However, a lot of times people don't often know where to start whenever they are talking about going within. Maybe they're confused as to what that really means, or do I have to go out into the desert or in the middle of the woods and just be alone with myself for a week to discover what's going on or what I need? And the answer is no, but those things are helpful. Of course, being in nature is helpful for all the things. However, this is going to be my take on what I did to go within, and just some of my insight and my personal experience, and this may be very relatable to you or give you help for how you can go within and allow more light into your bodies. So whenever we allow more light into our bodies, we are basically getting rid of darkness. Okay, so and that could be past trauma, that could be unhealed, past issues, that could be resentment that we're holding on to, that could be any negativity that we're holding on to. It could be so many things. And it could be also the toxic, physically, how toxic we are, by the foods that we're eating. Maybe we're not taking proper care of our bodies. Maybe we're, having very chemical induced, what's the word, products that we're using. So all those things go into going within. Because a lot of the times whenever our body is overloaded with toxins, whether it be mental toxins or physical toxins, we're always on edge. We are always on the tipping point of, maybe exploding, maybe freaking out, losing our shit, or maybe on the brink of an illness because our body just can't detox anything because we're so overloaded, right? And of course, that, our mental and physical, I'm sorry, emotional, weight, and toxicity creates physical issues in our bodies. So it's all correlated. So going within is there's many different categories, and I always encourage my clients to pick one and start there and allow it to overflow into your life, because it could be very overwhelming to take on everything at once and change everything at once, right? So my biggest advice with that is just to pick an area of your life where you need to purge. So basically going within is a detox. It is a detox. It's asking a lot of questions of yourself. And some of those questions would be, is this serving me? Is me doing this or saying this serving the life I want to create or the person I want to become? Is this hurting me or helping me? Is this, you know, allowing me to think more clearly, or is this someone else's thought? Is this what I believe, or is this what someone else told me to believe? So all of those questions, are those are just some examples of questions that I give my clients to start questioning things, okay, in that specific area of their life. So in this topic right now, we're going to talk about, going in personally, and healing ourselves. But take those questions and apply them to any area of your life. Whenever I started to go within, it started mentally for me, and then it went into, my health. It went into what I was putting on my body, in my body, and then it went to, like, for example, like my cleaning products, my skincare products, my the food that I was eating, like all those things have an effect on your body and how much light you can allow in your body. And also understanding that this is a big struggle for my clients and for me at first as well, is that number one, we are worthy and deserving of having that light in our bodies, and the most amount of light that you can imagine in our bodies, and being happy and free and thriving. Thriving is a big word here, because whenever we are thriving, we are easily able to pick up on things, right? That are not serving us. So whenever we're, kind of in the purging aspect of things, and starting to go within, you're going to learn a lot. And what I always advise people to do is, just interrupt your judgment with curiosity within yourself. So one of the biggest things, that I am a big advocate for, is pushing our own buttons. So whenever, you're going within and you want to heal yourself, you want to get to the core of who you are. That's really what this is about getting to the core of who you are without all the layers of the onion. Um, because all those layers of the onion are oftentimes not us. They are, layers that have been put on us from society, from our parents, from, growing up, from this, from that, from programming, from all the things, and they're not who we are. And oftentimes, we'll find that we believe things that we don't understand why we believe them, and maybe it's just because we were told to believe that. So by going within, we're able to peel back all those layers and get to your true beliefs and who you are. And oftentimes when we do this, we find out that we are a completely different person than we thought we were, or who we were told that we should be, or maybe, maybe your parents or, friends or whatever had a better idea, not a better idea, but wanted you to do certain things. And so you went along that path, and then now you're going within and you're realizing that this is not who you are. You're only doing it because someone else wanted you to, not because you truly wanted to. And this affects our relationships. That's another good area to go within. Because, for example, back in the day, probably about 10, 15 years ago, um, I was in a relationship, and I basically there was two people. Okay, there was one who was my best friend, and one that I've been dating for a couple years, and one seemed like the safe option, and one seemed like the option that was, um I should say, stable, and the other one was more of, we got along in a different way. We had that best friend bond that I didn't have with the other one. Okay, but he was a little more of, say, a bad boy. Okay, those are usually the two, right? Good boy, bad boy. Okay, and everyone else was like, not every, I should say everyone. There was a couple people that were really close to me, um, that were like, you need to do what your heart is telling you to do. But the majority of people that I was around at the time were like, oh, just stay with this guy, just stay with this guy, because this and that and whatever, and we want to hang out with you and all this stuff. And I was caught in between those two so bad because of what these people were telling me, and I was getting pulled a different way from my heart. And it was, I didn't understand what Ashley wanted, because I was, filled with layers and layers and layers, of what other people had in mind for me. So after I went within, it was an interesting time. I kind of went within, and I kind of asked myself some hard questions, and I honestly asked the universe and the angels and everyone for help. I needed assistance. And it wasn't long after that is when I met my husband. And it was like an automatic, like that. Like as soon as I cleared the way, I kind of backed off from both of them for a while so that I could go within. And I cleared the way. I asked my angels for help. I said, I need help with this. I don't know what to do. Right. I didn't want to hurt anyone. Someone was going to get hurt. I didn't, I was so confused. And then that's when my husband, I met him, and it was like an automatic, magnet. Like I knew exactly, and then that was it. But it's not until, whatever it is in our life that we are going through, it's not until we clear the way that other things can come in. All right. So, and no one else can do that for you. So that's why, everyone can give you advice, everyone can tell you how to go within and how to become the best version of you and all this stuff. But none of it matters if you're not doing the inner work yourself, because no one else can do those things and clear those pathways other than you. And it takes a lot of dedication, it takes a lot of strength, and it takes a lot of, you know, I should say mental strength, really, because as you're going through that path and finding out who you really are, you're going to be lonely. I lost a lot of friends during that time. You know, I changed. I was a completely different person. And it felt really great to me. And I was okay with that. I was okay with kind of being alone on the road, on the journey for a little while. Um, but as I cleared the way, I allowed people who resonated with me, who I call my soul family, to find me. It was really interesting how that works. But it's basically a detox within yourself. It's a detox of every area of your life, of your belief systems, of your relationships, of the food that you're putting in your body, of the your emotional system, of what emotions you're holding on to. That's a big thing. That affects our financial system, that affect your personally, your finances. It affects your relationships. It affects everything, everything. So think about it as, just an all around internal detox. That's what going within is. And, it's the best way is just to listen to your triggers. Your triggers are telling you something. So if you have someone in your life that really pisses you off or you don't get along with, ask yourself, what don't I like about them? Because oftentimes it's just a reflection of what we don't like about ourselves. Um, maybe I can't even think of an example right now, but everybody gets pissed off by something someone else does, right? And usually it is maybe someone's really careless. Maybe you hate that they're not on time or that they're just careless about things or something of that nature. And it just bothers you. Well, ask yourself, why does this bother me so much? Is it because it's something that you have done in the past, or maybe you're holding on to, or maybe someone around you has done it? um and then always ask, what can I do to make this better? Okay, so instead of judging someone else and judging yourself, ask the questions. What can I do to feel better about this? What can I change to make this not a problem for me or not a trigger for me? What can I do? Because we have to realize that oftentimes what'll happen is people will go and they will get pissed off at everyone else, and they're going to want to change everyone else because they're not happy with themselves. So they want to change what the other people are doing. Well, this person's making me mad, so I want to change them. But that's not how it works, and that's actually backwards. You're going backwards. Um, in order to change your outer world, you have to change your inner world. So maybe it's just a perspective shift that you need. um like when it comes to our finances and stuff, like think about this. Maybe you need to go within and find out what are the root causes of your money. Say if you're having issues with money, maybe you're having a lack of money, or maybe you want more of it. Maybe you've kind of plateaued and you're like, I'm ready for more money and I don't know how to get it. Well, you need to go within and find your belief system around that. Find your beliefs, find, all the things. And I have a whole bunch of videos on my YouTube channel related to, financial abundance and all that things. Because that's something that I personally had worked through. So there's lots of things. And I think I think it's still up, the 5-day manifest money challenge. And it goes through letting go and clearing out those belief systems and blocks. And I believe if you go back a couple years on my YouTube channel, you'll see the 7-day emotional healing challenge. And that kind of is a breakdown of the same thing, except it's just geared towards your emotional system. So those are a couple things that you can to tap into and kind of get you started. And of course, I'm always here. Um, I'll be available to take more clients at the end of the month for anyone who is ready to have a life coach. But right now I'm currently full, so I'll have an opening at the end of the month. If you are looking for assistance in that area, but if not, these are good. These are a good good base, starting point to kind of get the ball rolling. Because oftentimes we get to a point like I did where I'm like, I know I want more, I know I want to do more, I know I can be more, but I'm kind of stuck here. I kind of need a guide, someone who has been through to hold my hand to kind of get through to the other side, right? And that's to the point where I got whenever I hired my life coach. It was, just, and I had her for about 4 months, I think it was. So, but big helpful. I felt like I jumped years ahead of my life. And a lot of my clients have said that as well. And that's the whole thing, you kind of, when you have the roadmap of where you are and where you need to be, and you have someone kind of showing you the way, it goes by so much faster. 6 months of hardcore focus and energy into your life personally can put you 5, 10 years ahead. It's just a matter of where your priorities are and where your energy is directed towards. So that's just a little bit about what I help my clients do, and what can come out of it. And if you're curious, go on my testimonials page on my website. The link is in the bottom of the video here. Um, and you can kind of see what experiences other people had. But back to going within, it can be overwhelming to do all on your own, is basically what I'm getting at. But that doesn't mean you can't. But just start somewhere until you get to a point, and don't be afraid to ask for help whenever you get to that point. And that's kind of what I did. I was in counseling for 7 years, and then I kind of was reading personal development books and stuff on my own for a couple years. And then I got to a point where I was like, okay, I'm ready for more, right? And you want to be ready for that point, because if you're not, then you're not going to be invested in it. So start with what you have, with where you are. You can start with the free things on my website, on my YouTube channel. Just get started. Get started going within. Allow more light into your bodies. As you do this, you are going to see major shifts. I promise you. Maybe an unexpected money is going to come into your life. An unexpected relationship is going to come into your life. Again, we're clearing the way. We are detoxing. We are letting go of all the things that we don't need. And that's another thing that my workbook, that my Let That Shit Go workbook, that helps so much with just kind of the first purge. It's 2 weeks to clear out, to purge all the things. So that is where I would start, and just go within. Allow more light into your bodies. As we allow more light into our bodies, the planet is going to skyrocket. And that's where we're at right now. From the last time that I talked to my angel reader, she said that we were at 55% light on the planet, and we need 60% to really skyrocket the planet into, the golden age. So that's where we are. So the more each of us take on this task of personal, going within personally and moving this forward, and stop focusing on trying to change everybody else. Focus on what you can control, which is yourself. So I leave you with that today. I hope that this was helpful. And if you have more questions, please drop them in the comments below. I would love to hear more from you guys. I always love hearing from you guys. But let me know what other questions you have and what other topics you want me to touch on. All right, guys, I'm going to jump off here. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I will chat with you guys all soon.